Howdy everybody. I'm out here among the experimental swaths that I dug, that I planted a lot of different things in, and today we're going to plant something new, but this time a departure from what we've been planting so far. We planted some oats, we planted some Kentucky bluegrass, we planted some chicory, and so on. Today we're going to plant some garlic. Now I love garlic, and that's a problem. Why is it a problem? Because I live in the tropics, and garlic is virtually impossible to grow in the tropics because you need a period of cold for the garlic to pass through to make sure that the bulbs will actually form. You can grow the plant garlic and you'll get the green stalks. Those have a garlicky taste to them, so you can use them too. But if you want the cloves of garlic, it has to pass through a cold period. Well, in the tropics, we don't have enough of that cold period, or at least we're not up high enough in altitude to have that kind of a cold period in the tropics. So we have to kind of cheat a little bit, and that's what I've done. Since March the 13th, I have had a bunch of garlic in the refrigerator, and I've kept it in there for 3 months. And you can see, here's one of them, and it's sprouted, and so now we're going to plant it. So that's the secret. If you live in a place where you don't get enough cold weather, then you have to put the garlic in the refrigerator and simulate that. I don't know if it's going to work. This is the experimental plot of land that I have up here, and I'm doing a lot of experiments, so this is just another one. So, garlic in the tropics. Okay, so I've got this plot here where nothing is planted. This is where we're going to put the garlic. But before I do, I want to put some lime down here and rake it out a little bit. Okay, so now before I actually do the planting, let me take you to the other swaths that we planted about 10 days ago and show you what they look like. This is the most impressive one. In here we planted oats and field peas. Now I don't see a lot of field peas coming up, but I do see a lot of oats, a large amount of oats, so that's good. Now the next one here was planted with Mombasa grass and chicory, and of course we have the mulch on top of this, so it's not as easy to see. Let me get you to a section where you can see it, and you can see that the Mombasa, which I was a little worried about, is coming up, and so is the chicory. Now up here, the next one, what so far has turned out to be a disappointment is the first one that I planted, which was with white clover and Kentucky bluegrass, and it's not doing so well. You know, the clover has sprouted, but it's not really growing, and it's the same thing with the Kentucky bluegrass. Here's a tuft right in here, but it's not really coming up. We'll give it a little bit more time, but this so far has been a disappointment. Okay, so now as you can see, I've laid out an initial line of garlic cloves. That's going to be the first row of garlic. Now spacing is an important thing here because you don't want to have them so close together that the bunches will compete with each other. So what I did was I found a rock that's a little bit bigger than the average bunch that I have, and I'm using that to help me to space the garlic so I can ensure if these grow and there's a bunch forming that it will not interfere with the bunch of its neighbor. Now in the next row, what I'm going to do is stagger it. This is in one dimension, it's just in a straight line. But when we go to the next row, we have to think about 2 dimensions. We have to think about the line horizontally and then a vertical line as well. We want to make sure that this one will not get in the way of that one or that one. So we're going to stagger them. The first one will go here, and then I'll take the stone and simply use it to measure again. Okay, so now we're going to get with the planting, and I'm just going to dig this a little bit with the trowel here and put the garlic right in the little hole I'm making. Okay, now that I've planted all the garlic, now I'm going to put some sheep manure on top just to give it a little bit of fertilizer, and then we're going to mulch it up and that'll be it. Howdy, Junior. Howdy, sheepies. I hear you. Now the mulch is pretty thick on here because this is thick grass. I'm just putting it on here until the garlic sprouts. Once the garlic sprouts, the mulch, this heavy mulch will go on and we'll put some better stuff on there. I just want to cover the soil for now and keep some of the moisture in. With that, I'm going to end the video here. Thanks a lot for watching and I'll see you in the next one.